All right.
Looks like it's 1 second. Yep, 720p 30. We're up.
Excellent. All right, hello everybody, and welcome back. We just had to do a little bit of modification to our stream to make sure, hopefully we get a little bit less buffering going on. The plan here, hopefully that works out.
The FPS was too high. Oh my
there's
god.
no way we could... Please no. Oh my... Too soon! Too soon.
Wow.
Not saying that wouldn't have happened, you know, if we didn't have to restart the stream, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, lost all momentum. That one's on you,
Blame
Bam.
Bamalam. It's all Bamalam's fault.
Blame Twitch for that hit. Immediate buffer, beautiful.
I mean, I could restart. I don't mind starting again. I've only collected $400. It's up to you guys.
Bamlam's just not wanting to have to pay out all those Noita copies.
I saw that, Lunar. Your death was quite funny, honestly. To an outsider. I'm sure for you it was very tragic.
Saying redo. I mean, if we restart it as well, it'd be. Hopefully, we won't have to go down again, and then it'll be like a seamless run that we can preserve. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Over we go.
No quality options,
All right, so the one problem with your suggestion, Lunar, which is, you know, it would make a no-hit easier as a mod, is set your HP to 1 for the whole run. The reason why that hasn't been done, or why that isn't run as a no-hit category, is because you would not be killed by, or you would not be hit by toxic sludge. I think that's the only scenario where it really makes a big difference, but toxic sludge will hit you down to a minimum HP, and if 100% of your HP is 1, then you cannot be hit by toxic sludge.
Yeah. Lunar, you're on the right track though. So there's a couple of variations with the mod that we use, and one of them is that if you take any damage, you immediately die. The reason I don't use that is specifically for, well, not for events like this, but it just so happens that this event is very much in line with the way that I practice. So if I was to take a hit and I was down on, I don't know, the laboratory or something, right? I wouldn't restart. I would try to finish the game in, like, let's call it at that point a limited hit run. That's why I use the hit counter instead. It's far better for what I want to do. Yeah, if it restarted every time and that restart was like a death, that would feel like a slap in the face. I don't know.
I think it's really important to be able to practice the later floors, even if you do get hit, because as it turns out, early game, while it is hard, it's easier than the late game because there's just so many more projectiles flying around. It's important to to acclimate to that high pressure situation, I would say.
What happened in the last one? Dynamite guy, the dynamite bounced off the back wall and sort of bounced back up and hit me.
It was quite unfortunate. Oh, that's an interesting death. So, I believe what happened to Lunar, I'm not sure who it happened to, but a barrier in combination with the moon, if you shoot a barrier and then hold out the moon, you will die instantly. Is that the case? That seems really good. It sounds like it. That sounds pretty fantastic. Well done, Lunar. That's a very creative death you've got there.
The moon sounds like something I want to stay entirely far away from, yes?
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's a weird addition.
It's niche. It's like a fun item. You can use it to pick gold out of, like, lava and stuff, which is nice. You can also use it to, like, you throw it in a room with, like, a physics object, and it'll just kill everything in the room. There's, like, scenarios where it's good.
So I used to travel across here every run and get the chest as well.
Right.
Obviously, if the chest's not there, we're not going to waste the water just to do that.
At this point, you might just need the orb. I'm pretty sure even if you were to, you know, get hit repeatedly, you probably wouldn't end up dying. I think last run was quite the fluke, or the one before that, rather.
I didn't even see the enemy up there, honestly. When I said I'm gonna cry, I didn't stop playing. I just lost focus. Like, my eyes glazed over, if you can picture that.
Oh, no.
Hey, that's Noita, right?
It is. That is Noita in a nutshell.
We even had that conversation today, you know, like, it doesn't matter how good you are at the game. It doesn't matter how many successful runs you have. Doesn't matter how, like, equipped you are. You can still just get unlucky.
Yeah. Homing barrier would be so unbelievably powerful.
Homing barrier doesn't work, right?
Yeah, if it were possible, it would be way too good. I seem to recall on horizontal and vertical barrier, you can even increase the damage per particle with modifiers, which is really dumb. So you can go from doing like 12 damage a hit to 30 damage a hit in like, what, 2 damage ups? Pretty good.
I don't like this. Got him.
Yes, Darium, repulsion field does work with barrier, and it makes it a little bit safer. I would say don't touch vertical barrier, but horizontal barrier is pretty good. I find it's much better for killing enemies.
Yeah, barrier
a lot safer for the player.
Barrier on trigger spell is quite nice, but again, you're not completely protected from that either. If you're, you know, if I had an enemy get in the way of my shot once, I was aiming at another enemy, and a third party enemy came along and like just flew in front of my bullet, causing the barrier to explode so close to me it went through me.
Yeah, and that's basically an instant kill there in the majority of situations.
I'm kind of stuck down here. I'm gonna have to go back up the top.
Salty Life for Me community. Thanks for tuning into this here event. Chase is currently MIA. He has granted us permission to use his channel for this awesome Noita event, though.
Welcome to the first ever Noita Summit.
The Noita Valpurgis Night event.
There you go. Well done.
I got it. We're good.
Walpurgis.
Something.
No, Walpurgis. It's
Walpurgis.
Plain English right in front of me, yeah. Walpurgis.
Alright.
Clearly.
So for those that are just joining, we're doing a no-hit run right now, or attempting to, with a little bit of a twist. Every time I get hit, I will be teleported back to the previous starting location after each holy mountain. It's less enjoyable than it sounds.
It's a no-hit run on training wheels, we'll say. That doesn't make the no-hit any harder. It's just the fact that we don't have to restart to the very beginning of the game every time we get hit.
Right, exactly.
It's more of a showcase run than it is a challenge run.
Damn, I'm kind of annoyed that I kicked that barrel in there now.
That could be problematic. Well, you could use a torch above it, a lantern above it, to burn through that, potentially. And that way you wouldn't explode the barrel.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Yeah, the water would help protect as well.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got here? Flamoxium?
Oh god. I knew it was coming. As soon as you...
Okay, so I do hear a Stendari. Close. Very, very close.
I'll give him a bath.
That's the plan.
Kick only run, Lunar. I've actually done a kick only run. I had 10 stacks of Never Skip Leg Day to make it a little more interesting. And I actually got it first try. It's surprisingly not awful. That said, I did cheat and use Ambrosia and Teleport. It turns out anything is possible with Ambrosia and Teleport. That could be fun, though. So, there's actually a little known mechanic in this game called parrying, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You can parry any melee hit in the game with a kick. And it reflects, yes, it reflects all the damage to the enemy. And it's a perfect timing thing.
I wonder if I've done that by mistake before.
I've done it a couple of times, and that's knowing about it. It is unbelievably hard. It's
so wait, so you have to parry by hitting the enemy, like actually the enemy, or the projectile?
It has to be like a melee versus melee. It reflects all of the damage, and it's really, really weird. I think both. I think you have to be touching the enemy. So if the enemy has like a longer melee range than you can't parry it. But it's really easy to go and try it out on a dog. If you can manage it, it'll say blocked, and then the dog will die instantly. Like on the first floor. It's quite something. There's so many weird little mechanics in this game, and it's just ridiculous. It's quite something.
Yeah, the interactions are... That's one of the better parts of this game, I think.
No. You did parries? Did you do wait. You didn't do parries up to 3rd floor. Did you, Lunar? That would be insane. I imagine you mean like physics kills. Yeah, that's a little more reasonable. I've done like tablet only runs, and those are, I would say, like surprisingly easy. I can make it to Kisi base pretty consistently, but the problem is a lot of the time you are completely trapped in Hisi base, and you need to break some ice to get through. So I end up soft locking there very often. Yeah, tablet is very strong.
So back to physics kills, I always try to go for a physics kill if possible. I'm always trying to look for ways to get gold, you know, that bonus gold.
It's unbelievably satisfying, and I don't know what it is about it, but it's got some kind of like, it feels like it gives this very nice thud whenever it happens.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Been lifting, rock builds are incredibly potent. If you combine a rock wand with like a fast shooting burst of air wand, you will be doing well in the thousands of damage with pretty minimal effort, because as it turns out, physics damage is insane, and wind makes things go very fast. So if you ever get the opportunity, that's more possible than ever now, thanks to unlimited spells. So all you need to do is have a rock, which will be unlimited spells ideally, or you could have an always cast rock wand, and then a burst of air and machine gun it out. It's really, really effective. You could also spread it across 2 wands in the early game, because rock is actually a very expensive spell normally. It would be wise to have a wand to shoot a rock, and then swap over to your burst of air wand to shoot it quickly. Just a fun little thing.
So yes, yeah, anyone wondering why I'm collecting so much water, it's because you can't have too much water in this run. water is
Stay hydrated.
amazing. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but screw it. That's a wand from a chest on the first floor.
Let's see what we got. You're gonna have to wait out this oil, right?
I can
kinda
probably
dangerous.
pick it up.
Oh yeah, from this position now.
It's garbage.
I agree.
Oh, there's another one up here. This one's probably going to be difficult to get. Actually, not with my newfound wand. Maybe. There you go. Oh, it's the moon thing that I'm going to stay very, very far away from.
Well, throw dynamite at that.
I
Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh man.
Oh wow, look at that. So what happens? Does it explode after time or what? How does that work?
It's just there.
Yeah, it just hangs out.
See what it's doing with the gold.
It's a gravity well.
It's got a pair of gold balls now.
Yeah, we're not
It's
going
funny
anywhere
because
near it.
the gold can actually sort of make the moon move around, and it can be very lively when that happens. Lifton really wants that moon.
He does.
We got to take the moon to the moon. I'm pretty sure Andy already did that. Thanks for spoiling.
It's following me. Why is it following me? Oh, I don't like it.
Because it's the moon.
Thanks for spoiling Andy.
Yeah, don't like that at all. What have I got? 436 bucks. That's pretty poor, honestly, but I'd say we just go.
This is floor
You
one.
have a
First
you
floor,
have
yes.
a heavenly body following you. You gotta get out of it.
I swear, they shoot more projectiles now, right?
Is
One
it
more,
4
yeah.
or
It's been a
3,
while.
and does it depend on like a variant of them? Because I swear I've seen, like, I
The
swear
green
I've
guy is
counted
definitely a
4.
variant. Yeah, the green
It
guy is
used
definitely
to
a variant
be-
that shoots 4. I'm not sure if the normal
They
guy.
all shoot 4 now.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's pretty
worth
dirty.
doing.
And it used to be just 3. As if that guy needed to shoot any more projectiles.
Yeah, the shotgunner is
going on
kind of the
there?
scariest enemy. Well, for a common enemy, he's just incredibly potent, right?
Yep. I gotta say, he's one of the most ridiculous enemies in the game, in my opinion.
No one shot. That's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, that changes things
Hey,
a little
welcome
bit.
to my life.
Luminous drill is nice at least.
I've never really picked up a luminous drill for a run like this. However, you never know. Might as well, huh?
I'm gonna
I
take
think
off, guys. I'm gonna get to bed.
All right, buddy, take it easy.
understandable.
See you later, Ronkley.
A good one.
Good luck with the run, and Alias, you're a beast. You've been here this whole time.
Let's
I'm
get that
trying.
health as well.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah, have a good one. See ya.
See you later.
So I think I'll just keep what I've got and just roll with it. See how we go. The wands aren't really gonna be good hosts for those spells at the moment.
Also, we should make sure we got a shout out for Ronkley in the chat. He showed off a very impressive run. He did an 11 orb run, like sight unseen. He just went and did it, and he did it and made it look easy. It was amazing. It was really something, and it's definitely a tough one to follow up. But I would say McQueeb is doing a fantastic job with these no hits, even though he is getting hit occasionally. This could be the one though, a one-hit run. Look, I get it. You're incredibly tired. Please no.
What do you
Please
get
no.
when you combine a shotgunner and a long narrow corridor?
Yeah, that's.
I'll tell you what you
That's
get.
a shot. Let's hear it.
There's a shop right here.
Oh, shop. Okay, that's not so bad.
Ooh, that is worth getting though. Alright, that's interesting. Let's use my little...
Of course, Fun Fox.
My little...
It's been a real blast doing this. Are you coming around to the dynamite? I see it.
Gotta collect a little bit. I just spent 340 bucks. Oops.
If you wanted to make this a really long run, you could also go for the drilling shot.
The what?
You could also go for the drilling shot modifier and just make this run forever.
What would that be useful for? Or just an overpowered run in general?
Just being able to shoot through walls. I imagine at some point you're going to be able to cobble together something that'll be able to utilize it. All you need is a longer duration spell. That said, it is very costly, so I don't know how worth it would be.
It is. It's like 160, right?
Was it just 160 up there? That's actually incredibly cheap.
No, not the cost of the wand. The actual cost to.
Oh yes, the spell cost is 160, and it massively hurts your Castellane recharge time, which is the main reason I don't end up using it most of the time.
Oh, have they nerfed it?
But I'm not sure if they've nerfed it.
Or has it always been like that?
It's just a really, I think they have. It's been nerfed for a long time, but it is it's very, very costly to use on any wand. So, from your past experience run here, what are your thoughts on taking unlimited spells? It seems like it's really good.
Yeah, well, now I'm just trying to think in the context of a no hit run. I think I would still prefer defenses.
So, what if you had like All-Seeing Eye or something? Because if you have the All-Seeing Eye spell, that becomes unlimited also. And that, like you said, that's one of the best perks in the game. But now you've got it on a spell, alongside other advantages.
Right, and in fact, I think I had the All-Seeing Eye spell on my first run, the one that I was successful at. It did cost me a wand slot, so I think I had to be a little bit more careful. See, I don't even... The weird thing is I don't even take edit wands during a run like this. Or again, I would if I had to, but there's probably other choices, right?
Right. So basically you'll settle for a more simplistic wand for just like a more solid defensive playstyle.
Yeah, those defensive perks, fire especially, you can't beat them. Shield is amazing, and I have had some success with projectile repulsion field, but it's probably not quite as good as shield, I think.
I think the most dangerous shots in a run like this are all the faster bullets.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I would say that permanent shield is substantially better at deflecting faster bullets when compared to repulsion field. Repulsion field is fantastic against any slower moving shot, and those are the ones that deal the real damage. But in this run, since you can't afford to get hit, you got to just take the permanent shield when it's a head-to-head, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. Another spell shop. Wow, it's a bit rough.
So blood becomes unlimited. Shuffle. More. These are tough. This is really tough.
I wouldn't take any of these. I'm gonna roll them, I think.
Really?
Yep.
I feel like extra perk would be worthwhile because that gives you an extra perk from then on, which makes it so you're less likely to reroll in the future. And since money is such a commodity, that would be my reasoning on it. But you're the master.
Well, you're not wrong, and I've had this discussion with other people as well that say the same thing. The value of, because absolutely any hit will stop a run, right? The value of having that extra defense potential, like obviously a reroll is not guaranteed, but the value of having that extra defense for an entire floor far outweighs the future.
Right. It's like having life insurance that doesn't activate until later, and you could literally die as you walk out the door.
Right. And also keep in mind the next floor is the ice caverns as well.
Yeah, kind of the worst place ever.
So there you go. Here's a perfect example. I'm going to take always cast there. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the fun one.
So this costs 30. I don't have any decent ones. Wow. So I'm going to have to make it through this next floor with exactly what I've got right now.
I feel like concentrated light might be worth purchasing. It's 30 mana cost for 10 damage, but it sets enemies on fire.
I do like that.
And you could shoot it twice, which would kill most enemies on the floor. And if you're going slow, that might be the strategy, is just raw concentrated light on your first wand. And you could put Burning Path after it to spell wrap to get the double shot. And that would never burn you unless it ricocheted perfectly.
And we have the giant firebolt, which I'm a big fan of. Interesting. It's $150.
It's a pretty penny for a singular
So
spell.
as far as spending money goes, unless I can collect 100 and save what I have right now, like it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say so. You're never going to catch up to purchase another wand past this floor, I would say. Other than you might be able to purchase one sail wand in the future here. That's the only thing I could really see end up being useful.
I think I'll take the fireball.
I'm seeing in chat.
Is the right choice here as well.
Interesting.
Just because those dynamite aren't my favorite, and they have a potential of killing you pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Giant Firebolt is an instant kill against the bosses, or sorry, not the bosses, the turrets.
The
They're
turrets,
basically
yes.
the bosses of this level. I think your best wand here is Sparkbolt, Burning Trail, or Sparkbolt, Luminous. I think Sparkbolt, Luminous might shoot relatively quickly.
It's gonna cost a lot, huh? Oh no, it doesn't run out at all.
Pretty close. Yeah, it should be pretty decent.
It doesn't seem to be speeding up though.
No, not quite as I was hoping.
Recharge time 0.17. Yeah, I don't know.
It's not quite enough to do it on its own.
And I'm
yeah,
reluctant to add this just because I'm not fire protected yet.
Well, this one only would burn you if you somehow manage to walk into your Sparkbolt, but Sparkbolt is so fast that you don't really have to worry about it. Fire Trail is the dangerous one. Burning Trail only burns enemies.
Yeah.
Unless the shot is directly on top of you. That's why Burning Trail is like so dang good, and I feel like it's very underrated. Fire Trail and Burning Trail get lumped in together a lot, just because they're very similar. But they definitely serve very different functions. It took me a long time to really come to appreciate Burning Trail. Alright, pretty clean so far. Oh! Very close.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those shotgunners, I'm telling you.
Yeah, this is all... This is nuts. There's a lot going on here. None of it's good.
Lunar is suggesting next time we look into NDI for audio next time. Then if there are disconnects, we could still hear all of us. All right, that's very good to know. I appreciate any advice on this, because like we've been saying, this is our first run of it. It's a trial run. This is our first run of it. It's our trial run, and I think overall it's been pretty good. But yeah, the quality, we're gonna work on it. This is only going to go up from here. Also, nice, very carefully placed canister. You see that? Chat, do you see the canister on the screen? Not that one.
Spot the canister.
There's another one. There's another one on screen. Can you see it?
I just see double gold.
Oh shit, I didn't even see
That's
it.
all I see.
Nice one.
Exactly. Yeah, there it is.
I'm glad someone mentioned it.
Is this a 24-hour event?
I don't
not sure
think
yet.
so.
We'll see. I'll keep it going as long as I can.
God
It's,
damn it.
it's 12 hours, so that's pretty good.
That's a gun bomb right there. Oh, what?
This command.
Unbelievable.
There you go.
I think that's Sans like the
That's Sans
hour or
Dunk's
so?
run.
yeah.
Yes. Bam-lam.
I am scared. There's a lot happening on screen right now.
Every time that I get to this level, it's the same thing because it's so open. I think that's the biggest threat. Well, that combined with the fact that it's a bunch of Hisi, death squads. Yeah, it's usually a bad time.
You find anything to dig with other than the ball, like the dynamite and the giant firebolts, which you kind of need to use conservatively. So that's very unfortunate.
I'm very set in my ways on this run, or on this floor specifically. I refuse to go down the middle, or like any opening that they give me, I will not touch. So enemies are by far most no. The perfect shot. It's okay, you got this.
They're so difficult to dodge, by the way.
They are.
Those arcing sphere firebolt things, yeah.
It feels like you dodge into them more often than not.
I totally agree with that.
They do home ever so slightly, correct?
I am not certain on that. I haven't felt a home.
I think they do.
I feel like I home on them. So what I do on this floor every time is I refuse to drop down until I get all the way to the right. So that way I can keep my back against the wall.
Right.
The fewer angles you can be attacked from on a floor like this, the better. What's your reasoning on dropping down early? Is it just you want to get the floor over with?
Absolutely. Seeing less of the floor as possible, yes.
Okay. So you think it's worth taking that slight risk just to avoid seeing more of the floor?
Well, I mean, we got an Uko down here, but there's a turret down. Oh my god. This is just, I mean, that's Noita, folks.
That's Noita. And normally it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you could get hit, but in this... So there's a big distinction between this no-hit run and something like a Dark Souls no-hit run. In a Dark Souls no-hit run, every element is perfectly controlled and the same every time. In this game, sometimes
95%, yeah, I would say is the same. There are some random elements when it comes down to enemy attacks, but yeah, here it's like level design, new. Weapons that are available, new. Like everything is completely different every single time. That person killed themselves with a wand, so I'm gonna go grab it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing the Mr. Streamer thing. Mr. Streamer, there's a wand. Go get it.
I don't mind that. I have a few streamers that kind of... I love taking suggestions, and I'll happily, tell people why I make the decisions that I make and all of that sort of thing. But when they get upset at me and sort of, genuinely like put me down, oh, you should have done that, you idiot, like whatever.
That's too far.
That's when I'm like, come on, it's just a game.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ninja. Sorry, I didn't.
But yeah, friendly suggestions. That's not backseat. I wouldn't call that backseat in this game, at least.
That's fair. I feel like I do it excessively sometimes.
Even when it comes to backseating in general, I love it. I love help. I love people getting involved. I love talking about gameplay styles and all the rest. But yeah, there's definitely a limit, and I think
Right, and I mean, you can explicitly say, "Hey, I'm doing a blind playthrough. Please don't, give me any spoilers." Or if you do have, suggestions, try to word them in a way that doesn't reveal too much.
Lifton is mentioning how Dark Souls, you have a lot of influence over the RNG, like for example, enemy attacks.
It's just a game. Why you have to be so mad?
To be mad?
Could you imagine if I got angry and every time I lost a run of Noita, oh my god, I wouldn't have a computer anymore.
have more angry time than Noita time.
So after those frozen heads explode a lot, when you shoot them a lot, they put pools of the frozen liquid on the ground. You can
They're
shoot
truly
them
awful.
to get rid of them. And even then, they sometimes stay around. Remember, it takes only 1 pixel to sort of mess things up for a run like this.
Yes, and freezing vapor is one of the only. I think it's one of the only single. Is it a single pixel or is it 2 pixels? I think it's 2 pixels deals damage to you. But some of them are so faint, it's almost impossible to tell they're there.
You can get extremely lucky. Like,
you can use the tablet to cut the stream, by the way.
Oh, you can?
I've done that before, yeah. I wouldn't recommend it in a
I wouldn't do it in a no-hit run, oh my god.
I was gonna say, please don't try that, but I've done it before. It does work.
I feel like it sometimes even reacts to the player getting close to the pixels. It'll like burst through the ground, you know, and like pop up.
Okay, that's what it was. I thought you were freaking out about the sniper. I'm like, that wasn't so bad. No, I'm sorry. Continue, Smarty.
Oh yeah, well I seen like especially when Suffer was doing his no-hit runs, he would just be walking along the ground, and then all of a sudden, poof, like a little bit pops out of the snow, like it was buried by the snow or something. Like it's out to get him.
This game is out to get the player. Wow. Okay. Didn't see it coming.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna say anything now. Every time, oh my god, that's 33 damage a hit too. Actually, it's only 25 from the big one.
Oh no! Stop it!
Yeah.
Just dig down. Just go. So I've always been. I've come up with a lot of theories on how you could potentially win a no-hit run cheesily within McQueeb rules.
Go for it.
One of them that I came up with was like a full-speed chainsaw drill digging wand, but the catch is it has soil on it.
See this?
So you just
sorry to interrupt,
drill.
but this Hisi Death Squad is always here underneath this ice shelf, I guess you'd call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. So we wait for them to come over. If they are, they might be going around to flank me, which wouldn't surprise me either. And you can
likely.
You just let gravity take care of the rest. It's nice when that happens.
Yes, it's actually very consistent on that little spot there, and it's pretty recognizable too. But that said, if you don't kill them, make sure you're ready for a fight, because that can be a lot of PC. Alright, I think we're back. There's a little bit of a hiccup. Sorry about that.
Oh, we got a stream.
Back at it.
The stream hit.
Oh, we're good now.
Okay. Yeah, and this is one of the major disadvantages. I think I would have taken like half the amount of hits, or no hits potentially, if I had a decent weapon on this floor. Right. We're at the 3rd floor, and we've got one minor modification to the starting wand, which is not suitable. So,
do you think if we just went with raw fire, we would have had a much better chance?
Maybe, because that sort of drips fire from the sky above people, right? And then people.
Not this one.
No, not this one, right? But the other one specifically. Yeah, I get them confused in name.
Understandably, it's burning trail and fire trail. Let's see what we got here. Electricity for stun locking potential. More electricity for stun locking potential. Mist of Spirits is interesting.
Toxic Sludge Immunity, I think, is the perk to pick here. That take damage.
I mean, again, none of these are really great, huh? I can't afford them anyway, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We keep going. We soldier on. Let's see what we did pick up.
So
though.
now, Luminous Drill is very good on this floor because you can actually hit enemies through walls and stuff. I'm wondering if there's an option there. Also, that triple cast is very interesting.
But I just don't have a decent. I just don't have a decent one to put it on.
I suppose
I would be tempted to put this here just so that we can cast 2 spark bolts together, which is actually very effective. But yeah, these are pretty rough ones.
Ronclay was using a similar setup when he died, but it is a good option. So those fire bolts, they do 45 damage a shot. Is there a reason why you're not taking advantage of those on this next floor? Or are you just kind of looking over your setup?
Just checking it out. I'm going to need a primary and a secondary anyway. I mean, I've got to keep... I think...
How would it be if you used the triple cast into a luminous drill and spark bolt? Or bubble, spark bubble.
I was considering that as well, but I think it would be a tad too mana intense on everything that McQueeb has, unfortunately.
Yeah, we just don't have the wands for it right now.
The other build I was contemplating was using the 5-cast wand and having literally every projectile on there plus luminous drill, and it might shoot with relative speed, especially if it's got the reduced spread, so that way it all hits in the same spot. Interesting idea, because it would burst out enemies, and there's a lot of corners on this floor, but if he gets in a spot where he can't deal with, like if the enemies start closing in on him, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
2-second cooldown though.
Yeah, it's massive.
That's extreme.
It's corner peeking central.
I'm gonna stick with this this setup here. I might like add these to this down here, and we can test your theory. We'll shoot both of them at the same time. I don't mind that. Make that a secondary.
That would theoretically one-shot kill a gun mom, which is pretty darn good.
Gun mom? The Vikings, the big guys.
Yeah, the big ones that spawn the children.
Are they women?
I don't know, maybe. It's in reference to Nuclear Throne, the ball guy mom.
Oh right.
I used to call them gun guy moms, but it didn't roll off the tongue the same way. I think their literal translation is something like CEO, though.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yep, I hate everything about this too. Quite handily surrounded here. I do love the new design here. I love what they've done with the steel, the angled steel. I think that's really nice.
I think this floor has gotten a lot safer in a no-hit run context, specifically because of all the barriers that are around. So a lot of hallways that were normally just long, terrible hallways are now long, terrible hallways with a barrier involved. Nice double crit. Pretty juicy. Trying to think of creative places you could place a tablet so that way it blocks off the path of the enemies and you could like dig down or something.
See, you're getting like you're coming up with amazing ideas, but that's stuff that I would never think of on a run. I don't know whether it's my brain just doesn't work at that speed when I'm so focused on everything else.
I don't think that I would get to this situation to have those amazing ideas. But like that's kind of Noita for me. I don't play the game very well. I just think the game very well.
Six hit spawned by Hasty Base. It's a bit rough.
It's okay. If you close out in 6 hits, then the run's still impressive.
Toimari is Helsinki slang for Toi Mistisjohatja. I butchered that. Which translates to Chief Executive Officer.
All right. Well, there we go. Knowledge. Thank you, Darium. I wasn't even going to try to pronounce what you wrote, but I did read it, and I'm like, oh, yes. Very good. This is looking pretty clean. Oh, and there's 2 gun moms out in the open. This is where tablet becomes very good, but only to a certain extent.
Oh, it might help if I freaking hit it. There we go. I would actually like to get down there now and get that gold, but again, that's the problem with these runs, is that gold, sometimes you just have to kiss it goodbye, which really hurts.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I've tried I've done a couple no gold runs in the past, which is just like a very easy entry level challenge run, I would say. But the hardest part is remembering. You're not allowed to pick up gold. And the whole run is just me repeating, no gold, no gold, no gold. And it's really fun. I would recommend people give it a try if they're looking for new challenges in Noita.
Oops, I clicked off the screen.
Pulling a Rockling, it's okay. I think everyone's gonna do that at least once.
I do it all the time, and I don't play full screen. I can't remember why I don't play full screen. I think it's just too big on full screen.
Interesting. I guess you can probably see all of the screen with less peripheral vision that way, which is good. Stardust in Space says they've been listening to us all talk like a podcast for the last 12 hours. That's awesome. Thank you, Stardust. Everyone who's been hanging out here today and just enjoying and reveling in the massively wonderful game that is Noita, thank you. It means so much to us that people are willing to sit around all day long and just listen to us rant about this game that we love so much.
I wonder if there is potential for a Noita podcast. It's something. It sounds kind of interesting.
That's a chainsaw. Those are chainsaws.
Yep.
Oh, why?
That's...
Oh my, that was genius.
Explosion immunity.
That was genius.
Yeah, that was absolutely
that was
what I
intentional,
meant
and
to
that was
do.
genius.
100%.
9 million IQ play.
Oh,
Oh no. Please tell me you don't get chainsawed. Oh, you're getting... Yep, there it is.
I do want to go back for it though, because geez. Wait, which way did I go?
Rant into my ears, you big burly mouth of words.
All right, I'm having a rough day, okay, guys?
It's okay. It's okay. Just stop getting shot, and it'll be okay. If you can make through this run not dying, I'll be happy at this point. All right.
This is your brain.
Additions...
This is your brain on McQueeb.
So additions like those procedural growing plants, you know, what other things do you think they could add? Either like animated things like that that would make the game seem more lively.
I want specimen jars in the vault that have creatures that mutate and bust open and try to chase down the player.
Look at that freaking wand.
That's probably
chainsaws?
enough. That's probably enough chainsaws, I would say.
No, there's never enough chainsaws.
Actually, there is enough chainsaws. There's like this thing called inventory capacity. I've hit it a couple times with chainsaws, and once you have that many chainsaws, it's like, well, now what? It kind of hurts to leave them behind. There's such a thing as too much chainsaw.
Go, 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 go.
We're just cutting the feed so that way people can't see that you're getting hit here. There we go. Yeah, easy.
Easy, right? No problem. Piece of cake. I left my tablet behind.
No! Can I get an F for the tablets in chat?
But we should be able to make something pretty spectacular with this wand, I think.
I would hope so.
I think.
Above and below cast is interesting. You can actually combo that with chainsaws pretty successfully. Spliced run cheating, obviously. Yeah, we're just splicing a run where we've been hit 6 times already. Don't worry about it.
Moist mob. Let's do it.
Ooh, the rats coming out. So if you get rats in tandem with more love, you no longer have to care about enemies, which is pretty nice.
Sorry, tell me more about that. What?
Okay, so how it used to work was when you became the Rat King, you changed your faction to animal. And when you're an animal, basically what more love does is it makes it so inter-faction fighting doesn't happen. And since you're not the player faction, you will no longer be attacked by the vast majority of enemies unless that enemy has like a tier of hatred toward animals that they will attack normally, which is pretty specific.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And so stacking things like more love and you can stack more love with more love, and it'll make it so enemies are even less likely to attack you. But yeah, more love plus plague rats is a pretty surefire way to have the majority of enemies not attack you.
The buffering isn't my stream; it's the stream of the stream. Yeah, we're
Yes,
having a
that
few.
is correct, Xenon.
We're having a few technical issues tonight. Plus, our friend Dunk lives in Texas, and well, that's far away. So
yeah, so in the future, our game plan is we're going to have a dedicated channel to do this on, so that way there will be like minimal restreaming essentially, and hopefully that will help the buffering problem immensely. This is definitely our first run of things, and I would say overall things have been pretty all right with quality, but this one's it's been a bit of a struggle. It's still all amazing fun though. Oh man, so you should probably slap a reduce or increase accuracy on this thing, eh? That'd probably be pretty sweet.
The problem with it is the fact that it's a shuffle one, so we're just hoping, praying for the best here. But yeah,
understandable. I still think it doesn't reduce accurate or increase accuracy. It works across everything. It's kind of
that does work really well, huh?
Yeah, it works very differently from your standard modifier. I'm not entirely certain how it works. I haven't played around with it too much, but I know it is very good.
Mist ones do work with damage up, yes. Yeah, they're still one of the most viable builds in the game. Yeah, I'm good with this. It's fine.
Glad to hear you're enjoying the group stream. It's fun for all of us too, so the more you guys like it, the more we'll do it.
Yeah, we don't
have.
It's weird as streamers, we're often busy. I know that like Dunk and we usually share stream time, so it's rare that we get to hang out. So it's really great that I get to spend this afternoon and this evening talking with Dunk. Oh wait, he's not here. I keyed, folks. I keyed. There's nothing but love between us.
Later. He'll be back. I think he'll be commentating Alias's run with me as well.
Awesome.
That's the messages I'm getting.
Yeah, he went for a 30-minute nap like 6 hours ago, was it?
It was funny because just the other day he was talking about how he can't nap every time.
I'm sorry, that just said a minor setback.
Nice minor setback, by the way.
Oh, geez.
It's okay because you can just kind of go through the floor and then not take any hits.
Yeah, because I killed absolutely everything. However, I do have a nice weapon this time. Nicer weapon.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Almost like he's done this before. I mean, to be fair, you did get hit. You should just not got hit. I thought that's what the run was about. Just don't get hit. Oh yeah, get the tablet. Great idea, Darium. It was all strats. Strats to get the tablet back. There you go. Full icicle kill. The perfect crime. No one will ever know. Assuming the icicle melts. You'd think they'd have better control over the temperature in here. I can't imagine it's gonna be comfortable living in these temperatures.
Why would they set up a base here, though? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cold. Maybe they're meant to be cold. Maybe they're all about the cold.
I don't even know where the tablet is. So I'm just gonna let it go. It's fine. Hey, I feel like I've seen this before. Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. I know what you're panicking about. It's fine. Oh, what? Maybe I don't know. There's a spider. Oh, he's digging you an alternate route. It's genius. he's digging you to safety.
Oh, hey, little guy.
Oh, thank God they fixed this, huh?
Yes, fantastic
Yeah.
change. Huge fan of that. Hot-blooded creatures. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But at the same time, not only are they in the extremest colds in this world, they are in the hottest of hots because they live under the desert too. They're kind of just everywhere.
He see Hot Boy calendar coming out very soon.
It's gonna be some spicy merch.
That's some good money.
Those toxic sludge guys, or the poison they shoot, is really deadly. So what's the logic behind fallen brickwork that is supposed to be indestructible becoming soft after falling? It's crumbled, so it's brittle. That's the idea. And also,
Magic.
Who wants to be soft locked? Yeah. What's the logic behind the friggin' thing falling down on you every time? That's also magic. Just say magic, all right? That's the answer. Call Smirk.
Magic is the answer for everything.
You can say magic, you can say technology, whatever you want to say.
Some people say technology might be magic. Oh, this is just all sorts of holy mackerel. There's
All sorts of holy mackerel.
many down there.
Yep.
So many
Don't
PC
get
in
in.
the jungle attack.
I was just gonna say, don't get into a PC over it. We'll be fine.
Oh no.
And it's incoming.
Oh, they can shoot upwards now. That's new. Right?
That'd be really nice here. Tablet.
Yeah. I'm more of a TV man myself. I gave up on reading many years ago. All right, so
I just try to read chat.
the rats are doing some work here. That's nice.
There's a wand there. Wonder what it could be.
Oh, we're here? Oh, okay.
I'm guessing it's like a 2 or 4 cast, very small capacity.
You are correct.
All right.
With flamethrower, one of the worst spells ever.
You're toxic sludge immune, by the way.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Yeah, that's another thing I always forget.
Forgetting immunities is just a natural part of Noita. When you played for so long, you're very careful about certain things, and having the luxury of not worrying about those things is an unlikely scenario. Ooh, there you go.
You know
You
what?
really rack up those hits now.
It's the worst possible weapon I could possibly find, but I'm gonna take it anyway.
It could kill the boss. You might be able to one-shot kill them. You've already got chainsaws. What's the point? If you can win with it, that would be impressive. Obviously a classic for a no-hit run. Yeah, exactly. Acid trail into a bunch of freezing canisters. Can't see anything that could possibly go wrong here.
Is that acid or toxic? Oh, it doesn't matter if it's toxic. Right? Wait, is toxic vapor that can still hit you when you're toxic immune? I can't remember.
Toxic vapor can still hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is acid. It's fine.
It's literally
Yeah.
just the sludge.
I feel like Breathless would be a really nice. It would be a nice buff to Breathless if it gave you freezing vapor and toxic air immunity. I think that would be really nice. But maybe overpowered.
I think they need some counter to that. I don't know even if it should be a separate perk. Like they should maybe beef some of the other ones up. But you're right, it would be very powerful.
I think it would be
totally not a
enough.
mimic. Be perfectly safe. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yes, indeed. It's floating, has a thing, doesn't say that it's... Oh, that's unfortunate.
Was it the poison thing? Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it was a direct hit.
Yeah,
It
with
was.
his poison beam his poison projectile.
Mhm.
Wow, 11 hits. We're doing worse than we did last time.
Just do better in the vault. Go. What do you think that wand on or over there has on it? I'm feeling like at least one light on there, like the light modifier. I'm gonna call that right now. We'll see.
Oh,
It
crap.
could be anything.
Oh my god.
Please no. Please no. Please no! I knew it was coming. No.
Well, you even sounded like Dunk this just then.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I like Dunk, so yeah.
Okay, alright.
Now look, I gotta say the entire Noita community, I'm very impressed with everyone. They just seem like genuinely nice people.
Yeah, it's a good time here. I've never been more welcomed in a community in like my 4 or 5 years of streaming. It's been a blast.
The personality. I can't say that word right now. The personalities this game attracts, they're very unique, and I'm very interested to see how everybody's brain works that plays this game, because it's always different. You know, you get someone with one strategy, and then this other person that totally disagrees for totally valid reasons. And you can learn a lot from everyone.
I think the biggest takeaway is while we all think very differently, that we all have one thing in common. And that's that we all have, knowledge that we love to accumulate and love to share. And I think that's what really pulls the community together.
Yep, and I think the dev team loves the fact that we're so into it too.
Well, I mean, if I made a game and I saw people enjoying it, yeah, that'd make me happy.
McQueeb, will you eat some fungus? I was asking if you've seen the new animation.
I have seen it, and it's hilarious, and it lasts forever. But yes, absolutely. Why not? It's not like we're not trying to get hit or anything, right? I got hit.
Are you kidding me?
I ate too much.
No! You ate like a tiny pixel of poison or something.
Yes,
Alright, there you go, Drive.
And now I'm vomiting everywhere. Yep. Oh, I made a video of me vomiting the first level, like filling the first level with vomit.
Interesting. Like, how much of it?
Just the main sort of ramp going down. It took me many hours to do. It was very boring. And now that I'm cutting the footage together, I'm like, this is a crap video. I don't think I'll upload it anymore.
That's unfortunate. Just make it like a little Twitter thing or something. I don't know. People probably like that. I love the new animation for eating, by the way. The way the Noita like flips their head back. It's just very enjoyable. The way the hood kind of bounces. Now we finally get to know. Not a single light modifier on there.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to be much better than what we have. That delay is pretty awful.
Data miners of this game have been some of the smartest, craziest people ever been so thankful for. That's fair enough, Mike. I feel like a lot of my discoveries have been... Oh god. Is it happening? No, we're just gonna avoid them. Alright. I like this play. Bamalam is calling out Gravity Field for the boss fight. That's a wise move.
Did I pick up the wand? Or did I leave it? I can't remember.
I think you left it.
The warping of the spells.
Yeah, I did. Oh well. Oh, it's right there. Except now I'm about to take damage. Oh my god.
That bounced off you.
I'm with Lunar.
Oh no.
I totally agree, Lunar.
What did Lunar say?
The effects from the hallucinogens are pretty spot on for recreation in a game.
Oh right, okay. So I've never been there. I've never done the drugs. So, but I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, it's actually really, really close.
That's actually really interesting, and that makes me just feel kind of sick thinking about it, because this already somehow makes me feel sick, even though it's a 2D game. There is no other game that has made me feel woozy like this, other than like a VR game or this, and that's just crazy to me because, you know, there's some really fast-paced video games out there, but this is the one that does it. Is that, what is that? Is that honey? Or yeah, that must be honey. For a second, I was panicking. I'm like, please don't be Midas.
Do you have?
Oh yeah, I'd hate to get
Screen
Midas
shake.
in this run. We're so close at perfection here.
Exactly.
What level is your screen shake set to, or does the hallucination increase that?
I have no idea. Tripping some.
I'm
You
just
feel in
noticing a lot more
harmony with the
screen shake
magic. Cause ingesting weird fungus and more. And more.
And more. There were some other things on the ground there, but we're not going to worry about that.
Oh, we got a mine incoming. Now we've got a decent wand here. Look at that. That is nice.
Kind of leaning a little bit there.
Slop
So
spin.
those crystals are incredibly powerful with the unlimited spells. The main reason behind that is because they double hit for some odd reason. Nymphspire was the one that actually ended up revealing that as like a consistent thing. And it's like 150 damage times 2 for 20 mana. So it's incredibly mana efficient compared to just about anything else. And if you put it on a trigger, it's affected by, you know, stuff like homing and all that sort of thing. So it's a very strong combination to just have one of those on a trigger, or you could even use them raw with homing. But I would be worried because they can explode in your face if you have them shot in front of you, which is the one thing I would be worried about.
I'd
in a
say
run
that
like
was a
this.
successful floor, no?
Yes.
It's pretty good, right?
What do you want me to say? We made it.
All right.
good
Well,
start.
now we can actually make something of value here.
Yep. There's some OP stuff here. What's that? Always cast 5/1s. Oh wait, you've got a beautiful no shuffler there. That's awesome.
I've got
This is gonna get broken.
this guy. I'll bring down my triples.
Are you gonna use your timer spitter?
Not a big fan of that particular.
We should take a look at this spell shop, or is it a wand shop?
Actually, yeah, let's do
It's
that.
a wand shop. I'm just thinking of different ideas here, and I think the highest DPS setup that you have is Spitterbolt, chainsaws with a hexacast, and then maybe an acid snuck in. Because if you pinpoint the acid on the chainsaws, it can actually do like really, really good damage. That said, this next floor, a lot of the enemies are acid immune, so you'd only be using the acid effect on Hisi.
Problem is, Spitterbolt is a very short range, and we have no, like, you know, we're gonna have to get right up close to do that. Unless I double the Spitterbolt into something else, that could work.
Interesting idea. Well, maybe check the range of it. I feel like it's not that bad, but maybe I'm wrong.
It's pretty
That's
short.
pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But we get 3 chainsaws going off that.
Like a long hallway would not be ideal.
Mm-hmm. I think your damage field is pretty wasted here. It's only going to do
You're
one
right.
tick of 3.5 damage for 30 mana.
Yep. It's an interesting conundrum. Or the
Could you do
alternative.
like
The alternative is we load up on propane tanks. That's
That sounds very painful. Don't think we want to go that route. If we could get this thing machine gun firing, that might be a good strategy.
just with
What if you
spark bolt, you
did-
mean? That should be doable.
We could use I was thinking using the trigger, because if we can have all those chainsaws hanging on the end, that would be a ton of damage. Because each one would be doing 13 damage, right?
Right.
So that would look like you want to move your spitter bolt over, and then have like hexacast, and then just chainsaws all the way.
Hexacast might make it shoot. If it wraps around, it might make it shoot in a weird angle, but we can try.
It's a pretty simple setup. That's looking pretty nice.
It's not bad, huh?
It's very mana efficient too. That's like pretty
It's
reasonable.
fun to watch.
We're going into, which floor are we going into? Jungle or Vault? We're going into Vault. So keep in mind this slicing damage is going to be pretty bad against a lot
Robots.
of the enemies in there, which is worrisome.
So we
could
it sounds like
sneak
what
an
you're telling
acid
me
on.
is that we need to load up on propane tanks.
Yeah, let's just
I
use
think that's the
propane.
call. Yep.
That's
the call.
what I'm hearing. Now,
I do.
correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, I think acid at the end of your, or like at the start of your chainsaws would probably be best, but we can do propane tanks too. I have not messed around with the spell terribly much, so this should be
with
interesting.
homing, it is actually quite devastating and
Really?
fun as hell to use. Oh my goodness! But yeah, it's obviously it comes with the same personal gravity field. Oh my goodness, could you imagine that with unlimited spells? Let's re-roll these perks here real quick and see what we can come up with.
Yeah, that could be quite something.
Infinite
It's
spells
nothing.
Could be fun. Oh.
Okay, that's a shame. Exploding corpses
Well then.
with rats? Does that work?
Yeah, it explodes the rats instantly. It's great.
I'm explosion immune.
That's what you want to. I mean, it just kills your rats.
Oh, okay. We don't want to kill the rats then. Chase would be
Not
very
super
disappointed. Do we want to multicast the pro? No, let's not do that. That's
I think controlled chaos is probably the best strategy.
right. I
here.
think you're onto something there.
Luminous drill for digging.
Yeah, if we've got a decent enough one.
Above and below luminous drill, chainsaw. Maybe on wand. I don't know. Wand something.
How often do you guys use those unstable crystals?
I was just talking about it earlier. They're really, really good with the unlimited spells because they do 150 damage times 2. I don't know why they do the times 2 because they should only hit once, but they do a lot of damage. Drive really wants acid trail tanks.
Acid trail tanks.
I don't hate it, but it's going to be difficult to control with my current setup.
Also, won't all the acid freeze and leave
You
bunch of
are,
stuff everywhere?
yeah.
Not sure if
Yeah.
it would, but quite possibly.
I have a feeling
That would
that's
be
exactly
messy.
what would happen. So what'd you say? Above and below, then what?
Above and below, luminous drill, chainsaw.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Just for a dig wand.
Okay, that works really well. Cool. Digging wand. Explodey wand. Let's roll.
All right.
What do we got to lose? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that. I'm not going to get bounce again. That would be no good. If you put your trigger splitter before the propane tanks, wouldn't that cast fire and safe? Yes, it would, except same problem as before. We've only got the one no shuffle wand, really. Well, there's this one, but that's a 5 cast, which we don't want to use with propane tanks anyway. But we've only got this one, and we're using that for our primary damage dealer. So, yeah.
Could have been a really smart way of doing it, but I think this is probably our best setup right now.
Let's just
So that
say
gives me an
this
idea
run
for
is
a-
we're doing the best we can here.
Or a modifier. What if you had a modifier in the game that allows you to like group similar spells together that are limited by number, right? So like you would have, like a trigger spell and then this modifier that would basically put them into a separate category. So you could put it on a no shuffle, but you wouldn't cast like say another propane tank just by itself. It would always cast the trigger first.
So sort of
sense?
like a pseudo shuffle.
Does that make any sense?
Oh. You gotta back
Oh,
up,
no.
I think, when you're shooting that thing.
Yeah,
You gotta
no,
jump.
no
You gotta
kidding.
actually drop. Okay.
You have to be like way out in the open there because
You gotta...
it's
yeah.
it's propelled by its
Awful.
own contents, which is perfect.
Truly awful. Bamalam's in here giggling. What are you doing? You're gonna start like looping.
Oh, you're gonna throw me off, Famalam.
He just had to mute.
But yeah, that would be interesting, you know? That way you could collect multiples of the, you know, explosions.
So I'd like to point out that you paired 5 proximity mines with one another, and they go off when in proximity to literally anything.
Just realized
So
that,
they're-
including themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a problem. I mean, they're kind of safe, as long as you're backing away. Alright, nice. It's okay, we can actually do this. I believe in you.
I'm getting deja vu, guys.
Thanks.
Getting deja vu to the real run. The no-hit run where you succeeded. Just do that.
I think the audience gets it though. I think you can see how it took me.
A very long time.
Yeah.
A very long time.
And how it is also possible as well. I think you've shown that off really well. In your first run, you had so many fantastic synergies. If your vault run went just a tiny bit better, if you had a little bit better RNG, it definitely would have worked out in your favor, I think. This Rant's just vibing. He's not looking to attack. Here we go. I'm liking this strategy. Sitting in a corner waiting for enemies.
Sometimes
I think...
I don't know if you've seen my first run, but this level was by far and away the most stressful.
I can imagine.
And it's when it got to the very end, when I was about to leave the level, when it was completely like it was full of lava and I had nowhere else to go, and it was amazing.
Just about as close as it gets then, eh?
Yeah, I can't believe I actually pulled it off.
You want this chainsaw wand in every run. And for shopping and social distancing. Actually, though, I gotta say, going shopping like for food or whatever now is just very, very strange as an experience. I'm sure other people are feeling
Absolutely,
that too.
100%. Yep.
Try
one of the
like
Ralphs
trying to make that space,
in
right?
one of the Ralphs in LA just had 19 cases of employees test positive.
Oh, that's horrible. That's so sad. Yeah, that is just it's an unfair business, that's for sure.
It is going to go on for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Just like this run. If you keep getting hit, just don't get hit. We're good. So next floor up is the temple. How do you feel about the temple? I feel like that floor is actually one of the easiest to not get hit in, because all the enemies are just so punishing that normally you don't get hit there anyway, right?
I think it was easier than this at the time. This was before the level was redesigned. I haven't done it since then. Is there a way to make the tanks blow up faster? Yeah, explosives.
Tablet.
And the tablet, yeah.
So yeah, the tanks actually have, or the turrets, they have resistance to certain damage types. There's lots of enemies in this game with resistances, and basically there's neutral damage, slicing damage, fire damage, electric damage, explosive damage, melee damage, which is a unique modifier. Melee damage is actually like an offshoot. It's kind of weird, but anyway, those I think those are all the main ones. And then there's elemental damage like poison and toxic sludge, that sort of thing. So there's oh my god, no! Oh, how you dodged it? No!
Wow,
that was
those
so beautiful.
first 2 dodges though. Wow.
That was almost really good. Good try.
Almost.
This game, man.
Closer
I've had good strings of. Oh my god, I've had good strings of dodges before. Like
that was dirty. There was nothing you could have done. About that
I just jumped out of nowhere. Oh my god.
Good luck dodging that.
Why you guys didn't let me quit after the? I don't know. Yeah.
We really had to get the picture across, all right? This is hard. This is a very challenging challenge.
I believe.
Bamlam says, it's a pleasure having you.
Aw.
What about magic damage? Is there magic damage in this game?
Can we get a shout out for Bamlam? He is tired as fuck, but he is staying up to refresh the stream every like 70 seconds for you guys.
For those of you who don't know, Bamlam has actually been like running this whole thing. We started Noita Summit as like a project months ago, and you know, everything went haywire in the world and things slowed down for a little while, but we had this date for a very long time planning to do it, and you know, it's just amazing that we've managed to pull off what we have despite all the technical difficulties, and we figured it out. And Bamlam was the one that pulled us all together, and he made so much of this possible, and it's really incredible. So huge kudos to him. Break the cardinal rule. Initiate dig straight down, says Mike. Seems like a bad play.
Yeah,
But
absolutely,
right
Nethrakis. You've been awfully generous both to myself and to Dunk this evening.
And Nath, you've myself as well. Nethrakis has been huge in supporting us. That's very kind of you.
Do you know what? I'm going to leave this one up to chat.
Well, we already know what's happening here.
Well, no, that's the thing. I would take fire, but you know what? This is the moist mob. Is the best blessed? Are we going for streamer luck? And I can afford a reroll on top of that if we get lucky.
This run can drink legal now. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Fire,
Says
dice,
do it.
lottery, do it.
It's so split.
It is like right down the
Cool
middle.
Kids gamble.
Got a yes, roll.
Finn lives in.
Roll. That is a dirty call right there.
Gamble or
That's
die.
rude.
Oh.
I see more gambles. I see more gambles. Oh. What have you done?
You know what? That's fine.
It's okay. That's yeah. You can just
That's
get
what
fired
gambling's
immediately
all
on the last
about, right?
floor. Yeah. Yeah.
But we are going to test something out with this and this and this. I think that's going to be quite nice for a little bit of a how's your father?
Isn't it a little bit early to make one of those? We still got all the temple. Or you think that's going to be...
I want to test it out before we get to the boss, but I
Okay,
have a feeling
I
this is
see.
going to be for the boss. Hopefully we get a better wand before that, and I'll ditch second wand and fourth wand if that's the case.
trying to think of what other strategies we've got here. I see Giga Disc and Acid. Acid is pretty good against the boss.
Yeah, Gigadisc and Acid are two things that I would normally run away from. Given the fact we're up to 21 hits at this point, you know how it goes.
not too worried about
so
it.
you're saying this time you're going to combine them, right?
It seems like a bad idea. So Mike asked a really good question. What happens if you take damage in the temple? Do you reset to the floor above? So I'm imagining you're talking about if you're on the boss fight specifically. I'm not sure.
I think so. I read the configuration file, and it's got the coordinates, and the coordinates were all very much like the same number for the first 7 floors or whatever, and then on the last one, it was the x-axis was far to the right. So I have a feeling it's going to reset us in the sort of antechamber there.
Right, and the whole idea is every time you get hit, you get reset to the beginning of the floor, and it's like, all right, this is what I would have done if I had gotten to this point and didn't get hit.
Right.
That's the idea, at least. And obviously, 21 redos, essentially. That's how you should think of this. It really just goes to show how challenging these runs are. And I imagine they're rather mentally taxing as well. So when I was doing my no gold run, for example, I had to constantly remind myself, pay attention, you can't do this. And if you play this game for enough hours, you kind of just take hits for granted every now and then. It's like, yeah, I got hit there. It's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And in a run like this, you cannot think that way. So I imagine that same attention is still there, except probably to a much greater extreme, where it's like, all right, I can't get hit. I have to focus non-stop. Let's see how this goes.
Look at this wand. Oh my god.
It's an interesting design. I'm going to say no shuffle. Yep, all right. Oh, 23 cast, reduced lifetime. Not bad. Pretty good. Pretty solid. It doesn't have anything super helpful on it. Actually, the biggest negative trait on it is, you've got detonate crystal and dormant crystal. That can be fun. And you've got poison arc, which do a lot of damage. There's options. A lot to think about.
I mean, the host itself would be, for any setup, would be amazing, because we do have the reduced spread modifier. So yes, I will definitely replace our canister wand. Goodbye.
And you got some heals on there too, if you really need them. hopefully not. I'd like to point out, despite this being...
What the hell is that thing?
Oh god, no.
It's a mimic with legs?
God,
what?
No.
Well, yeah, that's the
that's the new
chest.
It drops something,
let's not
right?
Spoil it. Yeah, don't spoil it. We gotta figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
Oh shit.
Kill it.
Shit.
Kill it.
So I have not managed to acquire one of these in my own game just yet. But yeah, you do need to murder that.
Okay, that was weird. I didn't realize they jumped, but okay.
Wait, do they? Oh.
I thought
cool. Well, there you go.
Yeah, I thought they just spat that that very dangerous dark flame thing, right?
Turns out they're double jerks.
Okay, he's dead already.
People are saying kill it.
Okay, so there is a perk there. What's the perk? I can't see it. It's covered in...
what is that? It's just a bunch of legs.
Oh my god, okay, fine.
You gonna do it?
What have I got to lose at this point?
Okay.
Oh god.
I tried using this. Yeah, I have seen this before. It's ridiculous and I don't know how it works, but it's hideous. I mean, look at it.
I assume it's just lucky mutation, right?
No, it's different.
Legs.
It is different.
So lucky
Does it be longer?
Lucky sticks to the side of things. This sticks to the ceiling. But I think you need a pretty flat surface to do it.
Okay.
I do like the fact that you can get a perk mid-level though, like as a nice little bonus. I think that's cool.
Oh, it's not a bonus. You don't get your last perk now.
Are you
I
serious?
mean, surprise! I think so.
I hope you're kidding.
I don't know if he's kidding, so I can't tell you or not.
We'll find out, won't we? Find out. I feel like it's meant to be a curse.
Well, in that case, why
don't
would you
know.
pick it up? Because I had to press E on it.
I'm not sure yet.
It wasn't like auto.
It's so new.
It wasn't automatically picked up.
Guess we'll find out. This should be interesting.
The leggy mimic drops leggy mutation. Indeed.
Oh, it's called leggy mutation. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, now you've got a
understand.
real leg up on your enemy. No.
You don't have to be in the chat. I'm just, you know, that's.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to fill dead air. Damn it.
Can you kick with your extra legs? That'd be pretty cool.
I imagine they do damage.
Nope. No, you cannot kick with your extra legs.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I am really enjoying
do they
this.
poke at stuff?
I am really enjoying this wand we made though. It's so good.
Yeah, I love chainsaw wand. Pretty good as it turns out in most scenarios. Can't
Holy
really go
mackerel,
wrong.
that's even better.
Pretty good wand.
Break a
Hey,
leg.
there it is.
Put your best foot
Thank
forward.
you.
Oh my god.
What have we done?
Break a leg.
What do the
What do
legs
the
do
legs do
exactly?
exactly?
So your normal like flight is neutered. It becomes almost useless. That's why I almost fell in lava a second ago. But now you can stick to walls and ceilings and stuff. You seem taller, did you grow a foot or two? Jesus.
Oh my god.
He's on a roll. Alright, goodbye, digging
Hopefully it
one.
doesn't make it impossible for me to actually exit the level, right?
They lowered the portal, the portal specifically for lucky mutation, so I imagine it'll work better that way too.
Gotcha.
I'm surprised you're not just digging through the rest of your level. Oh,
Dig through it with what?
the wand that you threw away.
So with 4 extra legs, that'd be 6 feet. There's a COVID joke there. I just can't make it.
All right. Everyone silently
this way.
imagine and chuckle.
I've been this way.
There you go.
They're just so disturbing. Like the spider legs were bad enough, but this is something else.
It's pretty weird. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's... I'm trying to think of the practical use, right? Like, does it make you go faster horizontally, like Lucky Mutation?
I can't tell.
It has to do something.
Oh, staying away from you if I can avoid it. Those guys bleed polymorphium now, right? The little wizard dudes.
That they do, yeah. They can be
Oh,
pretty
boy.
darn dangerous now, especially if they're those ones don't. Thankfully, those are still bony boys. What? It just appeared out of turn. He was for your bullet originally. It's amusing.
That turned my rat into an enemy.
Oh, well there you go.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Practical application is you can count past 20 because you can count your toes. I see it. There you go. There's something.
Oh, so like the number of hits that I have. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks.
Now we can.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, not intentional. It just kind of happened.
Now we can
More
count it on
appendages.
5 appendages.
More appendages would be useful for playing an instrument. How many instruments use your feet?
The drums.
Yeah. All right.
piano.
So just a bunch of kickers.
Quite a few.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. We have such cool stuff we can do. This is fantastic.
We might as well build the biggest
Oh
FU
man,
one
we
we
have
possibly
everything.
can. Yeah.
Oh yes. So unlimited spells. Let's just make one giant explosion. How about it?
Explosion! I think this should be the wand we use if it has enough slots. It has 10 slots, so.
I think your no shuffle is pretty insane. I think we just preset up the boss fight. Do we have homing available to us?
No.
Because if we've got homing, oh shoot, that sucks. We could have like stacked a billion things on top of the boss. But yeah, I think your wand 2 is probably the way to go. Now, what do we do with it? That is the question. It's got to be a piercing trigger wand, right? Piercing trigger is just too
Berry
powerful.
cheesecake.
What is
How
this?
do Leggy and Lukey stack? That's a good question.
Not
The
sure yet.
projectile
We'll have to
gains
find
a
out.
shield that deflects projectiles. Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
if I had
turns out-
homing, it would be just homing and propane tank. Done. Game over, but...
Thinking like a big old stack of infinite dormant crystals would be pretty funny. Because you can just make unlimited and they just sort of sit there. You have dormant crystal acid. That is a super dumb combo.
Will I survive?
No. Probably not. Oh my goodness. Okay, hear me out. So you have the gravity well, right?
Yes.
So we can like do a gravity well dumb thing. Just pick anything and gravity well it, and then it's so dumb. So gravity well into dormant crystal, or gravity well into why don't we just do gravity well into everything? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Personal fireball thrower?
And it's probably not worth it. I don't think you're gonna get too much damage out of it.
No, honestly, you know what? I think I'll just stick with the main one that we already have.
It'll kill instantly.
Yeah.
Might as well. Let's simplify it.
Yeah. Because that shield is just going to bounce anything that I put out there on there. The only problem is
don't
that I
worry about
might not be tall enough.
You'll be fine.
Look at it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's I hate how like some of them are reverse.
Right? Some of them facing the wrong way.
Yeah. Doesn't help. That's for sure.
All right. Well, that was easy.
Okay, so it didn't eat up your perk, by the way. All right, there we go. There it is. So, like I was saying earlier, chainsaw. Good against boss. Chainsaw. Use the chainsaw.
Pretty dope.
All right, you won.
23 hits.
Fantastic.
No beard. Oh, for those that don't know, after I completed my first no-hit run, the devs reached out to me, and the little secret statues you get here in the end, they asked if they could put the logo from my channel in there, and I, of course, said yes. So if you do complete a hitless run, expect to see that there at the end.
Yeah, it's quite the fantastic addition, that's for sure. And I must say, probably a giant honor.
Oh, 100%.
Really cool.
Like I read that, and it was the first thing I read when I woke up, and I was just kind of sitting there a bit. I was like, that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I take that back. Next to getting married to my wife, that's the best thing that happened to me.
Oh no.
Gotta put that asterisk there.
Wants to know your location.
Yeah, that was completely dope, guys. Thank you so much for having me. That was a lot of fun. Nathrakis, thank you for the support, dude. I just see that on my screen. You absolutely rock. Yeah, you can catch me over at my channel. It's written down there in the bottom right hand corner. Happy to be a part of this community. Happy to absolutely, if you guys ever want to see runs again, I'm happy to come back again. So Bamalam, you
McQueeb,
absolutely rock, my friend.
you rock. Thank you. It was a pleasure having you. And I gotta be honest, this was the best 23 or 21 hit run I've ever seen. Really.
It was very well done.
It was very, very amazing, entertaining, and really, you guys put together a very great show on this one. I really enjoyed this watching and refreshing the stream for everybody else. So we go to the BRB screen right now and phase into another showcase of Elias, which was like our host all day. So finally, he's get to run the game, and not gonna lie, I'm excited to look forward to that.
I'm gonna break this game. I'm gonna break it.
I'll say stick around for a minute. McQueeb, it was awesome. It was a pleasure having you. Of course, if we do this in the future, you definitely have your spot. And yeah, thanks for everybody sticking with us. Just yeah, stick with us a minute longer. We'll be right back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I think we're good.
Are we
Okay.
off the air?
Oh. Guys, thank you very much, and sorry for the buffering. I couldn't change it. I pressed the button as fast as I could. At the very end, I swapped so we wouldn't lose your conversation.